Hello all you Pixel people, I am Pixel and welcome to yet another episode of Dirty Talk. So, hackers. I think it is safe to say that we all hate them, right? I mean, I doubt that there are many of you guys out there claiming that you actually enjoy playing versus hackers or that they are not really a huge problem. They are basically that thorn in the side of every single competitive game, especially first-person shooters, and especially free-to-play first-person shooters. Yet, there are people out there that obviously feel like it's a really good idea to go and install some skills.exe and totally ruin the experience for everybody else. And it's frustrating, right? It begs the question, why do these crappy publishers and developers not just go out there and buy the best anti-cheat programs and employ people to monitor the matches, and basically, well, make the game a hacker-free experience? Unfortunately guys, and I do think that you know what's coming here, deep down we all know it's not quite that simple. Cheaters have been a part of gaming ever since gaming was a thing, and I mean, even 1,500 years ago, you know that there was somebody just moving those chess pieces around on that board when nobody was looking. The honest truth is, all we can really hope for is to minimize the problem as much as humanly possible. Anti-cheat development is generally all about playing catch up, meaning that the cheaters are likely to always remain one step ahead. And understanding this, and even in a way kind of accepting this as hard as it can be, is the only way we can get past this problem mentally. Yes, there are cheaters, and yes, it sucks, but no, I will not let them ruin my experience. Now sure, there is still a lot more that can, and hopefully will be done to help us combat the hackers moving forward. Better cheat detection, seeing next on handle reports faster, and maybe even limiting newer accounts in some way are all things that can be improved. It just takes time and a lot of planning to make sure that anything that is integrated into the game is integrated in such a way that it does not punish the legitimate players out there. I know I've said this a lot, but banning one innocent player does more damage to a game than banning 10 legitimate hackers does good. And making your legitimate players jump through hoops in order to have a fun and fair experience is simply not acceptable these days. I mean, just look at the stuff like Ubisoft's always on DRM. It completely screwed the legitimate players while doing very little to actually stop the pirates from playing the cracked versions. And this is the kind of stuff that we really need to avoid in Dirty Bomb. Really, it's a kind of balancing act where we need to weigh up the handling of cheaters next to the system's impact on the legitimate players, because every single barrier that we put in front of hackers, we are also putting in front of the innocent players as well. Anyway, moving on, there are still a couple of things that I would like to bring up, and the first thing is the different type of cheaters that we have in Dirty Bomb. There are those people out there that cheat because they want to be seen as good players, right? You know the ones, the guys that use the trigger bots, the wall hacks, and a light aim assist. And honestly, while these players are annoying to everybody, they are a much bigger problem at the high end of play, such as higher ranked matchmaking, pickup games, and even at a competitive level, because generally the cheats that they are using are many small advantages rather than a full-blown hack. A bad player using these kind of hacks is still going to do fairly badly anyway, and the majority of the frustration comes from knowing that the match is unfair rather than the outcome of the match. And then we've got the much more toxic hackers out there, and the kind of guys that don't care that they're obvious. You know the ones that I'm talking about, right? The players that will spin around 50,000 times a second, headshotting everybody instantly. These guys are a much bigger problem to the game overall, because these are the guys that give your game the reputation of being hacker infested, and they make it almost impossible to win a match against them. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I still believe that there is an awful lot more that we can be doing as players to help things out here, such as taking advantage of the new in-game reporting system. Sure, it's not great right now, but as someone that speaks to splash damage and Nexon on a fairly regular basis, I can assure you that every single report is being taken very seriously. And yes, it could be quicker, but that's the kind of thing that comes when people start getting used to using the system on their side, right? Also, when you do use the reporting system, try your very best to give as much information as possible, as it will make the jobs for the admins all that much easier and most likely speed things up a little bit. The other thing we can all do, even though it really does grind my gears to have to say this, is to try our best to not reward the hackers with our attention. Because every time we try and publicly shame someone for cheating, all we are really doing is feeding them with that negativity that they seem to thrive on. Sticking up a post on Reddit or Twitter or even the forums is not going to speed up the process of getting somebody hacked or anything, and we all know this. And because we are giving them that attention, I just believe that they are all the more likely to set up a new Steam account and jump straight back in once they are banned. And raging and arguing with them in game is also something that we really want to avoid doing, because we should really just be reporting them, trying to kick them, and if it fails, just join a different lobby. I know that this is not what none of us want to hear, guys, but if we can starve them of that attention that they are thriving on, there is a good chance that they will simply get bored and leave. The honest truth is here, guys, is that there is no magic bullet for the hacking problem, right? I know that I will likely get an awful lot of hate on this video because there are a lot of people out there that believe that there is, but at the same time, I'd just like to remind you it was not all that long ago that some of the top CSGO teams in the world were getting rocked by VAC bans. Things will get better here, guys. It's just going to take a little bit of time and us doing our part also. So please try and stop feeding the trolls. Be sure to report players that you feel are cheating, and just, I know it's hard and I know it's not my place to say, but try and have a little bit more patience. I know it's easier said than done, and I'll hold my hands up. I fall into the traps from time to time also. Now, if you've got any ideas that you feel will help the situation, then please be sure to let us all know. You can make a forum post, throw it up on Reddit, or maybe even leave a comment in the comment section below this video. Anyway, these are just a few of the things that I wanted to get off my chest in regards to hackers. So before I sign off for the day, remember that you can always slap that subscribe button for some more PC gaming goodness, or in this case, I suppose, PC gaming badness. And if you like the video, then hitting that like button is really doing me a massive favour. So that said, thank you all so much for watching this video. I have been Pixel, and until next time, bye bye.
Mission accomplished. Nice work.